Pioneer anomaly. In the 1970s, NASA launched two spacecraft, Pioneer 10 and Pioneer 11, to explore the outer planets and the far reaches of our solar system. After successfully completing their missions, both spacecraft continued on their journeys into deep space. However, by the late 1980s, scientists began to notice something strange. The Pioneers were slowing down more than expected. This unexpected deceleration became known as the Pioneer anomaly. Despite accounting for all known forces, such as gravitational pull from planets and the sun, radiation pressure, and gas leaks, the cause of the slowdown remained unexplained. The deceleration was small but consistent, about 8.74 times 10 to the negative 10 meters per second squared. For years, this anomaly puzzled physicists and astronomers. Some speculated that it could be evidence of new physics, such as a flaw in our understanding of gravity over long distances, or the presence of dark matter influencing the spacecraft. Others suggested that thermal forces from the heat generated by the spacecraft themselves could be the cause. After extensive studies, scientists in 2012 concluded that the most likely explanation was thermal recoil, the heat emitted from the spacecraft's power sources pushing gently against them. While this explanation is widely accepted, some argue that the anomaly wasn't entirely solved, leaving a small margin for further debate. The Pioneer anomaly remains a fascinating example of how even the most carefully planned space missions can uncover mysteries that challenge our understanding of the universe. On the 15th of August, 1977, astronomer Jerry Ehman was working on a project at Ohio State University's Big Ear radio telescope, scanning the skies for possible signs of extraterrestrial life. While reviewing the data, he spotted something unusual, a strong, narrowband radio signal that lasted for 72 seconds. It was so striking that Ehman circled it on the printout and wrote, "Wow," in the margin, giving the signal its famous name. The signal, which originated from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius, was exactly the type of transmission that scientists had hoped to detect from an alien civilization. It was far more powerful than the usual background noise of space, and came from a frequency where human-made transmissions were highly unlikely. However, despite repeated efforts to locate the signal again, it was never detected. For decades, the WOW signal has remained a mystery. Some suggested it could have been a signal from an unknown satellite, or even a natural space phenomenon. Others argued that it was exactly what it appeared to be, a signal from an advanced alien civilization. Despite various theories, no conclusive explanation has been found. The WOW signal continues to inspire scientists and enthusiasts alike, serving as one of the most intriguing pieces of evidence in the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. Whether it was a fleeting message from another world or an unexplained natural occurrence, its mystery endures to this day. The Tunguska Event. On the morning of the 30th of June, 1908, a massive explosion rocked the remote region of Siberia near the Tunguska River. The blast flattened over 800 square miles of forest, knocking down an estimated 80 million trees, and was felt hundreds of miles away. Witnesses reported seeing a bright flash in the sky, followed by a series of loud bangs, and some were even knocked off their feet by the shockwave. Despite the enormous scale of the event, there was no visible crater. For decades, scientists debated the cause. The most widely accepted theory is that a meteoroid or comet, about 100 to 200 feet in diameter, exploded in the atmosphere, releasing energy equivalent to about 15 megatons of TNT, roughly 1,000 times more powerful than the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima. The explosion occurred at an altitude of about 3 to 6 miles, which would explain the lack of an impact crater. However, no fragments of the object were ever found, and alternative theories have persisted. Some have suggested a volcanic gas explosion, a collision with antimatter, or even a UFO crash. Despite extensive research, the exact nature of the Tunguska event remains uncertain. The Tunguska event is still one of the most powerful and mysterious explosions in recorded history, serving as a reminder of the potential dangers from space objects, and leaving scientists to wonder what might happen if a similar event occurred over a populated area. The taos hum. Since the early 1990s, residents of the small town of Taos, New Mexico, have reported hearing a strange, low-frequency humming noise that seems to have no discernible source. Known as the Taos hum, this mysterious sound is described as a persistent, faint rumble, almost like the distant hum of machinery or a diesel engine idling. Strangely, only about 2% of the population can hear it, and those who do often experience headaches, nausea, or sleep disturbances as a result. Despite numerous investigations by scientists and engineers, no definitive source for the hum has ever been found. Theories range from natural causes, such as seismic activity or wind patterns, to more speculative ideas involving secret military operations or mass auditory hallucinations. Some suggest it might be linked to industrial equipment or radio transmissions, but none of these explanations have fully accounted for the phenomenon. What makes the Taos hum particularly puzzling is that similar hums have been reported in other locations around the world, including in England, Canada, and Australia, though no common cause has been identified. Attempts to record the sound have largely been unsuccessful, as it seems to be more of a sensation felt by those affected than an audible sound to all. The Taos hum remains an unexplained auditory mystery, one that continues to frustrate researchers and residents alike, leaving the question of its origin unsolved to this day. The Voynich manuscript. In the early 1500s, an enigmatic manuscript surfaced that has baffled scholars for centuries. Known as the Voynich manuscript, this book is filled with hundreds of pages of strange, unidentifiable script, accompanied by illustrations of unknown plants, mysterious astronomical diagrams, and odd human figures. Written in an undecipherable language or code, the manuscript was discovered by a rare book dealer, Wilfrid Voynich, in 1912, though its origins appear to go back much further. Despite the efforts of countless cryptographers, linguists, and historians, no one has been able to decipher the text. Some believe it's a coded medical or herbal text from the Renaissance, while others speculate it could be an elaborate hoax. The strange illustrations only add to the puzzle, as many of the plants, star charts, and biological forms depicted do not correspond to anything known in the real world. Over the years, various theories have been proposed, including that the manuscript was written in a lost or invented language, a cipher, or even the result of an artist's wild imagination. Some have suggested it could be the work of an alchemist or a secret society, while others believe it might have extraterrestrial origins. Despite carbon dating confirming the manuscript's age to be around the early 1500s, no one has been able to unlock its secrets, making the Voynich manuscript one of the most enduring and perplexing literary mysteries in history. In the dry desert of southern Peru, massive and mysterious geoglyphs stretch across the landscape. Known as the Nazca lines, these ancient designs were etched into the ground between 500 BCE and 500 CE by the Nazca people. The lines depict a wide variety of shapes, animals such as monkeys, birds, and fish, as well as geometric shapes like spirals, trapezoids, and straight lines that run for miles. Some of the figures are hundreds of feet long and can only be fully appreciated from the air. The purpose of the Nazca lines remains one of archaeology's greatest mysteries. Early theories suggested they might have served as astronomical markers, aligning with celestial bodies or the solstices. Others believe they were part of religious or ceremonial practices, possibly meant as offerings to the gods. More speculative theories include alien involvement, or the idea that they were landing strips for ancient extraterrestrial visitors. The construction of these massive geoglyphs is also puzzling. Despite their size and complexity, the Nazca people managed to create them with simple tools by removing the reddish surface stones to reveal the lighter earth underneath. The arid climate has preserved the lines for centuries. While modern research has provided some insights, such as the possibility that the lines were connected to water rituals, the full meaning and significance of the Nazca lines continue to elude scientists, leaving behind an awe-inspiring mystery in the sands of the Peruvian desert. The Antikythera mechanism. In 1900, a group of Greek sponge divers discovered an ancient shipwreck off the coast of the island of Antikythera. Among the treasures they found was a mysterious, corroded lump of bronze. It wasn't until decades later that researchers realized they had uncovered one of the most extraordinary artifacts of the ancient world, the Antikythera mechanism. This complex device, dated to around 100 BCE, is now considered the world's first known analog computer. The mechanism consists of a series of intricate gears and dials, all precisely arranged to track astronomical events. It could predict the positions of the sun, moon, and planets, track the phases of the moon, and even forecast eclipses. What makes the Antikythera mechanism so astounding is its sophistication, nothing like it would appear in Europe for over 1,000 years. How such advanced technology existed in the ancient world remains a major mystery. Scholars have been able to reconstruct parts of the device using modern imaging techniques, but they are still unsure who built it or for what exact purpose. Some believe it was used for navigation, while others suggest it was a tool for teaching astronomy or timing athletic games like the Olympics. Despite advances in understanding its mechanics, the Antikythera mechanism continues to fascinate and baffle scientists. It stands as a testament to the ingenuity of ancient civilizations, offering a glimpse into the advanced knowledge they may have possessed, knowledge that was lost for centuries. For over 200 years, treasure hunters have been drawn to a small island off the coast of Nova Scotia, Canada, lured by the mystery of what lies beneath its surface. Known as Oak Island, the intrigue began in 1795 when a young man named Daniel McGinnis discovered a strange circular depression on the island. He and his friends began digging, and soon found a series of wooden platforms every 10 feet down, leading them to believe they had stumbled upon a buried treasure. As more expeditions were launched, the Money Pit became notorious for its elaborate booby traps. Every time diggers reached a certain depth, the pit would flood with seawater, preventing further exploration. Over the years, numerous theories have surfaced about what might be buried there. Pirate treasure, lost religious artifacts like the Holy Grail, or the Ark of the Covenant, or even Shakespearean manuscripts. Despite over 2 centuries of digging, no treasure has ever been conclusively found, though fragments of gold, ancient tools, and cryptic stones have fueled the legend. Theories about how the pit was engineered with its complex flood tunnels continue to baffle researchers. The Oak Island mystery has claimed fortunes and even lives, as several people have died in pursuit of the elusive treasure. To this day, the island's hidden secrets remain unsolved, captivating the imaginations of treasure hunters and mystery enthusiasts alike. The Green Children of Woolpit. In the 12th century, during the reign of King Stephen in England, villagers in Woolpit, Suffolk, stumbled upon something extraordinary. While working in the fields, they found 2 young children, a boy and a girl, who appeared lost and disoriented. The children were unlike any the villagers had ever seen. Their skin had a greenish hue, they wore strange clothing, and they spoke an unknown language. The villagers took the children in, and after some time, the girl learned to speak English. She explained that she and her brother came from a place called St. Martin's Land, a subterranean world where everything was tinged in green. She said they had been tending their family's cattle when they wandered into a cave, heard a loud noise, and suddenly found themselves in Woolpit. The boy, unfortunately, became ill and passed away, but the girl grew up, losing her green skin color over time. She eventually integrated into society, though the mystery of her origins remained unsolved. Some theories suggest the children may have been Flemish immigrants who were driven out and became lost, leading to malnutrition that caused their greenish appearance. Others believe the story might hint at an ancient folk tale or even an encounter with beings from another world. To this day, the legend of the Green Children of Woolpit continues to spark curiosity and debate, with no definitive explanation for their strange appearance or otherworldly story.